Welcome back to Brush Up Your Game, and today we are looking at the Filch. This is, a green alert alien, a power that is going to seem very simplistic. You take your opponent's used card. You have the power of theft. As main player, after encounter cards are discarded at the end of an encounter, you may use this power to retrieve your opponent's card from the discard pile and add it to your hand. Very straightforward. They play a 10, you play an 8, you get to pick up their 10 if you so desire. If you don't want it, you don't have to take it. So, what this does is it's kind of this dissuasive, it's more of a disincentive for players to play their good cards against you. They still might, right? Maybe somebody says, you know what? I just really want to win the encounter. So I'm going to play my 20, my 23, my 30, and I'm going to win. That's just what I'm going to do. And I don't care that the Filch is going to have that really good card. I'm okay with that. This works. The Filch gives you a reason to play less than your ideal cards. Not saying you should, play your worst cards against Filch. No, you still need to win. But there's a bit of a, how am I going to strengthen my own position without leaving the Filch in a really good position for their encounter next turn, or a few turns down the road. Now, obviously, powers that manipulate hands, barbarian, traitor, sorcerer, really mess with Filch, because what's good for Filch all of a sudden can be used against it. Also, if you have powers like fodder in the game, right? We just talked about fodder a couple of weeks ago. Filch is sitting there going, well, I guess I'm never getting a good card from you. If you have antimatter in the game, now Filch is clamoring to pick up low encounter cards. Or, same goes for loser. If pacifist is around, then the Filch is trying to get negotiates. This all plays into the table, I guess the table talk of Cosmic, but also the notion that Cosmic is a game of infinite possibilities, where every game has to be considered from its own perspective. Filch is not a one strategy suits all. You can sit there and go, okay, obviously if the 40 comes up against me, I'm picking it up. Same goes for the 30 and the 23 and the 20 and probably any card above a 15. But you have to also know, when is it valuable to pick up a 0? When is it valuable to pick up a 6? Maybe you start going, I need to play Filch in a way where I pick up every card that's played against me so that my opponents don't have an easy way to just play and negotiate and take a bunch of good cards out of my hand. Or maybe Filch is this idea where you're picking up a good card and playing it right away because you're just trying to cycle as fast as you possibly can and not leave anything good in your hand to be taken. Lots of different approaches you can take here. Filch is not hyper complicated, right? There's 3.5 lines of text. It's green, and it's base set green. It is about the most straightforward power I can describe to you. Oracle might be easier. But Filch has a bit of depth in terms of what you're going to do to actually make it sing for you. All right. Let's look at the flares. So the wild version of Filch, you may discard a negotiate card from your hand to steal any one artifact or flare as it's being played. That's fun. Steal a cosmic zap, steal any other number of these flares. The stolen card has no effect on its intended victim, going into your hand instead. Could see Warpish liking that to, filch wild of Mobius tubes. You don't have that, now I do. The Filch Super, you may filch any other player's used encounter card, whether you were involved in the encounter or not. And I like that. It's super thematic. However, Filch is one of these special cards that has a second version of its super. And it literally comes with a second printed card. It has the classic version. This is from the old Eon edition. You may cheat and take your ships from the warp. Put them back on your colonies. Or cards from the deck or the discard pile, even when you are not entitled to them. If caught in the act, you lose one ship to the warp and return the items you were caught filching. You don't have to reveal this card unless you are caught, but once it is revealed, the deck and discards are placed next to you for easy access. Which also means players will have an eye on you for the rest of the game. Or at least until that card leaves your hand. Now, the classic Filch is not for everyone. By any means. Actually, I think this isn't the super, it's the wild. That's the Filch wild. Sorry. Everyone will have their eye on you. But it's fun. It adds to the chaos of Cosmic. And what I'll probably do at some point is make a video on just all these different classic wilds. And they really do shape the game in different ways. I'm not saying they're all fun all the time for everyone, but they do change things up. I like playing with the Filch Wild here and there. I really like it when it comes up as a random flare that came into the game rather than one that was chosen by a player. Somebody's playing Filch and you're like, oh, well, I guess the Filch Wild's in the game, better watch everybody for cheating. But, there's play to it. And cheating within the context of the rules is actually kind of fun. It's Cosmic. All right. So back to Filch and what Filch brings to the game here. I think it's a great beginner power. I think it's great in your first couple of games of Cosmic. You're figuring out what's useful for you, what is involved in the deck construction, what makes a good hand. This is definitely a hand management power, and I think there is great learning that happens in hand management. So we're going to end it like we end all Cosmic videos now. Within their genteel, sophisticated tribes, the Filches have refined the art of acquisition to a high aesthetic. The most judicious and subtle thefts are memorialized in legend and song. Lately, they have taken to eyeing the depths of space and thoughtfully rippling their tentacles. I don't think the writers get enough credit for this. They should. They really should. It's very, very evocative, and I could very easily see a tabletop RPG being done in the Cosmic universe. That could be a fun game. Anyway, my random thoughts on that. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate your time. And until next time, keep brushing up your game. Take care, everybody.